Well, Terry, not the start the team were looking for. How much of that race was down to the start?
Well, we actually had a pretty good start. It was the finish that was the disappointing part. So, we're not going to dwell too much on it. And, generally speaking, you have races like that actually we did what we wanted to do and it didn't work. So we go back and evaluate it, and that's what we did this afternoon. And new day tomorrow, and go out and improve our chances of getting the first shifts right and getting Patriot into a spot that she can do her thing.
As you say, there's a lot of racing to go. What can you take from today into tomorrow's racing?
I talked about it earlier, but really, if we find ourselves behind, we got to really make sure that we're true to keeping the race close and what that means and what that looks like at the time. And as the race unfolds today, and listening to the decisions and being a part of the discussion, it all was logical. It just didn't go our way, and so I don't think there's no reason to do anything other than critique how we made those decisions and be critical of ourselves and make sure that we don't make the same mistake twice.
Terry, it's shifty out there.
It is shifty,
It's not easy.
No.
You said when we spoke to you the other day that you have to make the first cross and you're in good shape. Even more so in these shifty airs, one side is so much stronger than the other. Was that race lost due to tactics or both?
We didn't win that race, I would say, because we didn't do a good job of keeping the race close. I think our boat is a great boat, and I think our boat's a fast boat. And so if you're going to criticize it, you're going to criticize our decision-making and how we can be more efficient and give ourselves a higher percentage in keeping the race close, because that, in the end, if you keep answering the question, then you're basically waiting for your opponent to make a mistake. But we couldn't even really ask the question in that one, so we have to do a better job at that. All right.
Jimmy, it wasn't the start that your team was looking for. I mean, how much was that race all kind of done and dusted at the start?
Yeah, I think if you look at both races, the guy that sort of got that first cross and got ahead really controlled the racetrack. And, we tried to go into damage control and just sort of be there, trying to be breathing down their necks and try and wait for an opportunity to present itself. We made a few little mistakes here and there, but I thought generally we did an okay job of that. It just, nothing presented itself. And the reason for that is those guys sailed, two very, very flawless races, I thought.
I'm sure you're yet to have a detailed debrief, but what can you take from today's racing into tomorrow?
Well, I think on the positive, I thought the boat performance was very good. I thought the boat was sailing just fine. I thought our manoeuvres in general, I thought the guys on board did a great job. Clearly, there's quite a few things that we want to get better at and sharpen up on, and that's, we'll be spending a fair bit of time tonight going through that, so we can really focus on coming out tomorrow. Probably lighter conditions tomorrow, but same racetrack, so we need to learn that track and, get out there and try and win a race.
It's a racetrack not really for the faint-hearted, isn't it? It's not easy out there. Is it tactics or boat speed?
I think you need both. Clearly that showed. I mean, I don't think anyone got a good read on performance today. I think it was all about the timing of the shifts, positioning the boat and executing the manoeuvres well, getting off the line well. And the team that did that were the Poms. They did that twice and they were rewarded with, two pretty convincing wins.
Well, Ben, it's easy to get carried away, perhaps, but that was some performance. Just try and give us a glimpse into how proud you are of your team right now.
I couldn't be prouder of the team, really, given what they've been through the last month or so, last couple of months. It's been really tough, but it's a mark of a strong team that you can come through that, turn things around and put together the performance we did today. So we're obviously really delighted by that, but at the same time, we know it's just two races, and there's a long way to go and a lot of performance yet to come, so we've got to keep our foot on the gas.
Ben, tactically, I mean, there's a lot of talent on that boat. I mean, today, how much was the performance down to tactical execution and how much down to raw boat speed?
I think it was everything. It's a full team performance today. The boat was obviously going much, much better in those conditions. I thought the guys did a fantastic job handling the boat, trimming the boat, getting it around the corners. And I think Giles Scott had an almost faultless day in terms of helping us get in the right patch of breeze around the course. So it was the full team effort coming together, which was great to see.
Ben, you copped a lot of flack from some quarters in December. Again, easy to get carried away, but what would you say to the critics of your team now?
I would say you shouldn't ever really doubt us or write us off, and certainly in a development sport. And that's the beauty of sport. You never quite know. And as always, if you keep your head down and keep working hard, there are always opportunities. And this isn't over yet by any stretch of the imagination. So we've got to keep our heads down and keep focused, and we will.
Well done today.